Hey everyone, we are reviewing Rocky Maivia versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, aka before they became The Rock and Triple H. We are going to be reviewing Rocky versus Hunter from In Your House Final Four, which was the following pay-per-view from Royal Rumble 1997. They were fighting over the Intercontinental Championship, and it's actually Rocky who enters this match as the Intercontinental Champion. So Hunter won the Intercontinental Championship earlier in Royal Rumble 1997, but there was a Thursday night special of Raw where Rocky actually got the upset win with a small package to enter the pay-per-view as your Intercontinental Champion. So both guys come out. Rocky is the Intercontinental Champion for a few days. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, they kind of cut to him coming into the ring, looking angry and stuff. Early on in the match, Hunter, is trying to frustrate Rocky early on, takes him down to the ground, tries to slap his head and all that. And then Rocky begins to overwhelm him with some strikes. He hits some arm drags and kind of returns the favor with some slaps to the head and all of that. And, Hunter ends up regaining control a little bit later on in the match. He dumps him to the outside of the ring and he beats him down some more. And then he goes onto the steps and hits like a diving axe handle or a diving punch onto a laid out Rocky with his head, kind of laying outside the ring. You guys have seen it before, like those kinds of spots. But he hits like a diving axe handle or a diving punch of some sorts. Then they come back into the ring. He has a chin lock on Rocky, and him being the heel that he is, he's trying to use the ropes for leverage. And Earl Hebner, the referee, catches him the second time and actually removes his feet from the ropes. And then Rocky, similar to Thursday's Raw edition, tries to go for a small package again, the way he won his title. Hunter kicks out at like 2.75. So he almost got Hunter again slipping with that small package. Some good storytelling right there. Rocky, he was trying to get that momentum back, but Hunter just kept countering. He kept fighting it off for the time being. And then Hunter, so much so that he goes up for a dive, and Rocky ends up countering with a punch to the gut, which actually makes Triple H do like a front flip. It was kind of hilarious. Good sell, though. Rocky then, he goes to the top rope after beating him down for a little bit. He goes for a crossbody, and he actually hits the crossbody, but Hunter ends up kicking out. Rocky then goes for some punches in the corner, like where they try to get the 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. But then Hunter counters, basically, trips his feet up, makes his head hit the turnbuckle, kind of like Snake Eyes, like what The Undertaker used to do. And then he goes for a pin with his feet on the rope, but Rocky still kicks out, doesn't faze him whatsoever. And then they do an Irish whip. Rocky then hits a DDT. It looks like they kind of messed up that DDT. And he ends up getting a 2 count there. Hunter then regains control with a poke to the eye and a neck breaker. But slowly, if you look up the entrance ramp, which was what the camera was kind of showing, you saw Goldust coming down. Now, Goldust, of course, entering the Royal Rumble, was your IC champion. Hunter ended up beating him. They still have a little bit of beef as well because they ended up fighting in the Royal Rumble, I believe. And Goldust comes out with his lady, Marlena, and tries to distract Hunter. It worked because his ass was distracted, okay? And Rocky hits like a back suplex of some sort. It's not quite a German suplex, but I think he hits like some sort of back suplex for the win. So Rocky ends up beating Hunter Hearst Helmsley again. Is that foreshadowing for the future? Well, ends up being so. They ended up both being prominent players, but right now, this is 1997. After the match, Goldust and Marlena are standing at ringside kind of laughing about, oh, we costed him his title. Hunter invites Goldust into the ring. He's like, you know what, let's just throw down right now. And Marlena is standing near the barricade, and a woman that we would later find out is China ends up choking her out. And security has to come, like, send her off or whatever. Goldust goes to check on Marlena, and they just both end up leaving, and they don't really fight on pay-per-view, Goldust and Hunter. This was a solid match. I mean, it had a little bit more pace to it than Undertaker versus Vader, which is the other one-on-one match that we've kind of dove into already. Both guys just better athletes at this stage. Rocky, of course, is young. He's the rookie. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I guess he's been around for a couple of years at this point. But I would give this match, you see, Zach does 10, out of 10. I do, based on 5 stars. I would give this 2 3/4 stars out of 5. There was good storytelling throughout the match, with Rocky trying to go for the small package and, Hunter just trying to overwhelm him. They're playing up the whole Rocky as a rookie thing. And, when he goes to the top rope, every time they're thinking, oh, is this a mistake? JR and Jim Ross in the prime of their commentary days. And then, Goldust coming out at the end. It's more storytelling for, remember when you beat me for the IC championship? And it ends up costing him in the end. So Rocky is, still your champion. They touch on that in the match, when he entered in Thursday on a special for Raw and ends up winning and coming out to pay-per-view as your champion. It was a solid match. I mean, 2 3/4. I think the storytelling, kind of elevated it for me in a little ways. But we'll see what Zach has to say about the match. We also got another match that we got to react to wrap up In Your House Final Four. So y'all enjoy.